It happened again. I was in the middle of talking about whatever it was I was talking about, and the camera goes black, and then nothing. Didn't even record what I originally had. Well, I guess that's another thing to add to my low, I suppose. In case you're wondering, my original low is, for some reason, the cord that plugs into the outlet that charges my computer, it won't charge my computer. And that worries me. I mean, full disclosure, I've been due for a new computer for a good while. In fact, that was almost my, one of my gifts for either Christmas or my birthday last year, and I didn't really, come to think of it, I never really got anything. Because it was either that, or, because my folks are awesome, they kind of help, for 1 month only, they pay my rent. Neither one of those things happened. Unless maybe they were going to use the saving of the rent money for buying a new computer this year. That's a possibility, I suppose. Maybe. I don't know. I have to ask them about that. So you have to say I'm doing this whole video over again. I mean, look, it's not like this video was gonna be anything really exciting. I mean, yeah, I could say that. I mean, again, my low is obviously the whole video shorting out right in the middle of what I was doing earlier, and my computer and the power cord of my computer not working. I said that my high was I finished something I really wanted to do yesterday, and I did it, and I'm okay with that now. And my act of kindness was actually, what was my act of kindness? Well, actually, that thing I did yesterday involving my high was my act of kindness. As well as, because here's the thing, like, I visited my mom and dad after I was done doing what I was doing here. And my dad ordered a picnic pizza, which, I mean, he said it was picnic pizza. He ordered wings and a sub. The wings were for me. And so he usually goes out running at nighttime. And so I had to wait by the door. And so basically I had to get the pizza when the food went. I had to get the food when it came to the door. That was my act of kindness. Although, you know what? That does remind me. And this is another part of my low too. We are now at that time of year where it's like 6 o'clock at night and we gotta put our high beams on. Or headlights, excuse me. Not high beams, headlights. High beams are for enhancing the scope of your headlights, I mean. So, yeah. Getting to be that time of year. Let's see, what else was I talking about? Okay, so remember how I said that my apartment's been like really hot lately? And it's essentially been a chore just to stay cool. That's why I take like cold showers and like I sleep with my windows open at night, stuff like that. It's officially gotten to the point where like when you do both in tandem, it's not that it's much. It's not that it's a bit too much for me. However, I will say, like, this morning I needed to start my water off hot before I could actually like turn it down to, you know, cold water. I mean, remember, like, here's the thing. When I sleep my windows open, obviously, you know, it makes my apartment cool at night. Naturally, I close my windows when I wake up in the morning. So, you know, it's still kind of a residual coolness in my apartment. And when you take a cold shower, it still feels kind of cool. And I don't know if you know, it's actually, It's not really that much different than being up at the lake and jumping in, and then you get a cold breeze that really gets you. Oh, that's not good. But yeah, that's how it is for me. In case anyone's wondering, like, how I'm specifically feeling right now from doing that, I mean, I do feel a little more awake. I mean, I still feel tired, but less so. I definitely feel like it's really helping my skin. Not that I've ever had a problem with my skin per se, but it's sort of good for your skin. The cold water is definitely boosting my metabolism, I feel. Definitely feel, I feel healthier doing it. There's also the added benefit of saving energy, because it takes more energy to make hot water than it does cold water. So that's good. So yeah, there's definitely some benefits to it. Okay, I believe this is the part in the video I tried to do earlier, but then short out, where I just made like I just had the coolest idea ever. Okay, so for those of you, you know, like in some videos where like somebody is dancing alone, and usually, I mean pretty much all the time, something bad happens. Here's the thing, I figured something out. Because there's actually a dance that I've been trying to learn how to do. I'm not going to say what it is, and no, I'm not going to do it on camera. I'll tell you why. Because I just said, normally when you dance in front of a camera, alone, something bad happens. However, because this dance I'm learning, you know, I obviously had to watch, you know, on YouTube and stuff. Here's the thing. The guy teaching me how to do this dance is also by himself. But here's the thing. He's not trying to be funny. He's not trying to be cool. He's actually trying to teach people how to dance. That's a good thing. So, rule of thumb, like, don't ever dance in front of the camera alone. Unless you're doing it as an instruction video. That's okay. And then I made the discovery of like, that's a metaphor for karma. Think about it, when you're dancing in front of the camera, that's all hubris like. And hubris leads to bad consequences. So like seriously, I think like one of my favorite examples of this ever happening was like this one like girl was like, it was a video that went viral years ago. Like this one girl is like the girl's about here, and I think her little brother, she's like the camera, like pretty much between like the camera and I, like that's where she's standing. Her back door to her room is like right around there somewhere. And as she's dancing, her little brother is just like sitting there, like watching, like the entire time. And as she's dancing, she turns around, she sees him, and you immediately feel how embarrassed she is. And so, like, she yells at the little boy, saying some things I don't want to say on camera. The point is, like, don't dance alone in front of the camera. Do not ever do that. Unless it's for the sake of an instruction video. Or perhaps you're doing it as some form of, say, emotional recovery. Or, like, showing off progress for some sort of emotional recovery, I suppose. So, yeah, you're better off not doing it. Personally, though, I have to say, this dance I'm learning, I picked up on it quite a bit. Like, I would say, because it's the kind of dance where, like, it's for a particular song, okay? And it's not like every move is different for the entirety of the song. It's basically a series of moves that repeats. I believe the instruction guy, the guy in the instruction video said it repeats on a 48 count. So basically it's 6 different variations of steps. And yeah, so 6 times 8 is 48. So basically it's It's 6 things you have to do on a series of 8 counts. And after the 48th count, it starts over. And that part I got. Like, I would say of those 48 counts I have to do, I have to learn, I've got about, I'm trying to do it in my head. So, got the first 8, second 8, third 8, fourth 8, I would say I have about, at most, 40 of those 48 counts. So, I'm doing good. That's really good. And hey, I actually made it farther in the video than I did before it's shorted out. Hooray! Okay, so there was that. Okay, so full disclosure, remember that thing I said I did? Remember earlier when I said there was an important thing I did yesterday? I don't want to give away what it is, but it's been about well over 12 hours, and wow, there's no way I'm going to be able to say this without sounding dirty. My hand still kind of smells like the thing I worked on with. Like the thing that I worked with was, if that makes sense. Full disclosure, it's the sort of thing where, like, I needed, like, that was actually one of the reasons why I really needed to sleep with my windows open, as outside of, like, trying to stay cool. It's that I need to air out my apartment. Because, let's just say I worked with something really strong. Don't worry, it's nothing dangerous. No, well, I guess technically one thing I worked with is a cleaning utensil. But it's nothing dangerous, I swear. In fact, you know what? Hold on. I was gonna wait to post this on social media, but I made more pickles again. So, that's what I did. And I have to say, this might be one of my, seriously, every time I make pickles, I get better and better at it. I think this is probably my best jar yet. Look at it. So cool, right? So, gonna shake it up a little bit every now and again. Look at everything I put in there. So cool. We got got the cucumbers, got some garlic, got some dill and some basil in here because basil's my thing. Altogether, I have about 14 more jars where this one came from. So 15 jars altogether. So, I feel pretty good. So basically, when I said that my hands still smell like the thing I worked with yesterday, my hands smell like garlic. As well as airing out my apartment. When you make a brine, vinegar is involved, hence why I mentioned that vinegar can be a cleaning utensil sometimes. But vinegar also is for making pickles, obviously. And fun fact, when you boil vinegar, it's a very powerful odor. But, yeah. I made some jars for this one thing I have, for a few things coming up soon. But, I have to say I'm quite proud of what I did here. I am. I believe this was the first jar that I filled yesterday. Which, let me check some real fast. Okay. Did a pretty good job submerging everything. If you can't tell, like, that's how much brine is in the jar. If you can't tell, but Yeah, the key is you gotta make sure like the contents of what you're trying to pickle stay submerged in the brine. For the most part, they do here. The only thing really on top here is like some of the herbs and maybe a little bit of the garlic, but it's been exposed to enough brine where, yeah, it's not gonna go bad or anything. So, doing pretty good. I'm gonna put this back. So yeah, that was the thing I worked on yesterday. So yeah, admittedly this is kind of like the slow part of the week, but I definitely feel better about, doing what I did. And as what I'm making the pickles for, well, that's for me to know. Although I will say there is one thing coming up. I do want to take some of my pickles too. So stay tuned for that. I hope you all like this video. If you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video. For all of you guys who watch and enjoy for name, hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I forgot to do a happy hump day. It's hump day. Happy hump day, everyone. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk, share with me, to lend me the back, take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby. And I just realized something. I know Mean Girls Day was last week, but I just realized I would never make for a good mean girl. You're supposed to wear pink on Wednesdays. I'm not wearing pink. See you later.